Uh, it's nearing the final days of the petition for Stop Killing Games, but it's probably something I should talk about on this channel, being that for a long time this channel has had a focus on Destiny 2 and generally just kind of a lot of live service, online, whatever games. Not that there's really anything else on the market. Everything wants you to connect to the internet, which is kind of an issue. But if you are in the UK or EU, there is something you can do about it. If you're in the UK, there's a petition to Parliament open that I will put in the pinned comment down below. And if you're in the EU, there's another petition for you. If you're in the US, which is frankly most of my audience, don't try to go into those. That would be fraud. And yeah, the EU kind of interacts with Interpol a lot, and they might take this seriously. So yeah, if you do not live in those regions, do not lie to, foreign countries' governments. That's just kind of not good. But I guess at the very least, if you're in, say, the United States, you could always call your local representatives or senators to try to get something done, I guess. But honestly, if you're seeing this video, you've probably already heard about the initiative for Stop Killing Games and a lot about it, and a lot of controversy and drama surrounding it. That's not what we're talking about here today. This is a little bit of a shorter video on this channel, just kind of saying, hey, if you're in the EU, European Union, go sign the petition. If you're in the UK, go sign the petition to Parliament. Every signature counts. Don't sign it multiple times. That's identity theft, fraud, whatever, election interference. That's wrong. But, it's, frankly, I don't think that's legal. Basically, if you don't know anything about Stop Killing Games, it stemmed from a game called The Crew. The Crew was a racing game that, you paid real life money for that would be later on taken down, like, completely. You couldn't even access the single player version of it. It was all locked behind the servers, and the servers were shut down, meaning no one could play any part of the game, anything they spent money on. And the shutdown was a complete surprise. So basically, Stop Killing Games is asking developers, publishers to have end-of-life plans for games, which in an increasingly live service forward system that we have now in the industry, consumers are consistently getting screwed over in this system. You can see it all the time in Destiny 2. Like, it's really bad. Of course, DLC sunsetting, which would probably still be fine under new legislation, honestly, things like that, because of it. These are often described as limited time things, so that would probably be fine. But say they shut down Destiny 1 right now. Destiny 1 was not a free-to-play game, like, at any point of its life other than... So, servers completely offline. You can't play single player. You can't play multiplayer with your friends. But imagine, and of course the legislation probably wouldn't affect Destiny 1. It would probably affect games made post-legislation, just because that's how a lot of these things work. But say a Destiny 3 in the future. It comes out, it costs money, like $40. That seems like it's either 40 or 80 or 90. Those are the new prices for games. Actually, better comparison to a thing that's gonna come out, like, actually, and somewhat soon, I guess. That being Marathon. Okay, let's say Marathon, within, like, a year or so, gets shut down. What happens to the, like, $40 you spent on Marathon? What happens to that? That sucks for you, man. You kind of just lost your money. But under some of the things that Stop Killing Games is pushing, you would still be able to access the game to some capacity, whether it gives access to like private servers, or if Marathon launches with a single player mode, that would be accessible. Some portion of the game would still be accessible. You would still own your digital goods, which I don't know about you, but owning the things that I buy is kind of important to me. Because if I'm going to give you money for something, boy, do I hope it's mine. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's about it for this video. If you live in the EU, the European Union, go check out that link in the pinned comment down below. If you're in the UK, there's one for you too. Make sure you live in those regions, in the correct region for each petition, to sign them. Otherwise, that's not legal, you know? Technically, both of these petitions have met their goals, but, you know, the more signatures, the better. That helps to rule out redundancies and falsified signatures, and also just amplifies the want for this to, you know, be something talked about in government. And if you live in the United States, of course, don't touch these two petitions, but you could, of course, call your local representatives to see if this is something that can be brought up in the future, because this is a big consumer rights thing, and the video game industry is one of the least regulated industries on the planet for the most part. Like, it's crazy how little regulation there is for video games and now AI. Those are two very unregulated sectors that both really need a bunch of consumer rights applied to them, and so many things need to be done to both of those things. But, you know, there's one we have the power in our hands at the moment to do something about. So, you know, let's stop killing games. Anyways, see you next time.